Hey everybody, today we're going to show you how to find the Demon King for those of you that are ready for the end game but aren't really sure where to go. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, so when you're ready for the end game, the first thing we're going to do is head over to the HYRULE castle. We're actually going to be starting from the shrine on the northeastern side. And it doesn't really matter where you're at here. We just want to jump off the side of the castle and float toward the middle. And you guys will be able to see this massive entrance to the chasm. And we'll just dive straight down. So we're going to dive down here, and keep in mind, I'm not going to fight any enemies throughout this walkthrough, just so we can make it easier for you to follow the path. I would highly recommend taking your time and fighting all the enemies along the way so that you don't lose all your hearts before you actually make it to the end game. But once you're down here, there's only one way to go. We're going to fly over here where this little drop off is. And once you drop down, we'll have another hole on the bottom. We're just going to jump and fly across because we're going to end up climbing this rock wall here. We'll go ahead and climb our way to the top. And once you're at the top, we're going to fly down once again. We'll fly into this next room, and we need to go left. So we'll fly over here to the left side. We'll be able to grab onto this wall and go to our next room. Now we're going to fall to the ground here. You can just ride this thing down and follow the main path. When you get around this corner, you'll notice this giant rock that falls. We want to get on top of that pretty quickly and use recall so that it goes back up to the ceiling and we can get to the next section. So you guys can see just like this. We're going to take a right. We're going to have a lot of rocks on our right side, so you'll need to blow these up with either a bomb flower or a weapon with a rock on the end, and you'll be able to continue to follow the path here. We'll make it into our next room where we're going to take a left, and this is probably going to be the most difficult room for you, especially for me, since I'm just trying to rush through this and show you guys the path. Essentially, you just want to go past these guys, but there's gloom everywhere as well as them freezing you constantly. So again, highly recommend taking your time and making sure you get all these guys taken out before they get near you or before you get near them. We'll continue past them and we're going to fall again. For this one, we can just fall all the way to the ground, pull our chute, and there's really only one direction to go, which is through the main door here. Now, you guys can see we want to get to the other end. This bridge is busted, and at this point, you're not going to have the power of Sage. So what we're going to do is fly down over here to the left side. And there's a couple of different ways you can do this. Honestly, it's probably easier if you just start climbing. But what I decided to do was open up my inventory and throw a rocket on my shield and try to rocket shield up to the top. But I ended up running into one of these gloom vines or whatever you want to call them. You guys can see I kind of bumped into it. But if you want to try this, just be careful of where you're flying and pull your chute so that you can make it up there, save you a little bit of time. But all you need to do is climb to the top and you can continue along the path. You'll have some more rocks. I believe they're blocking both ways here, but you're going to want to go left and fly all the way down this tunnel. Again, just be careful all the gloom on the ground. You're not going to run into any enemies yet, as we're just going to continue down the path. And once you get to the bottom, in this room, what you quickly want to do is pull out a bomb flower and shoot it toward the back door. There's going to be rocks on that back door. And obviously, if you're too close, you're going to deal damage to yourself. So try to do it as soon as you enter the room, and then you can work your way through. When you come into this room, on the right side, we're going to have rocks everywhere. We just want to destroy the rocks far right. We're going to have another door that we can run through, and we're going to head through this hallway. Now that you've made it through here, just continue to follow the path, as it's pretty much a straight shot. We don't have to do too much. You just want to avoid as much of the gloom as you can. And once you get to the end, we're just going to dive straight down into another chasm. So we'll head down here to the GLOOM'S lair. And once you make it to the bottom, all you need to do is turn around and go through the only direction that you can go. And at this point, you're not going to have to fight any other enemies. We're going straight to the end game. You just want to take it slow and try to avoid losing hearts in this gloom. And as you continue to follow this path, you'll see a little spot where we can fly down. And we'll get to the ledge here, and all we need to do from here is dive straight down. And you guys will see a giant red platform that once you land on, it's going to start the sequence of the end game. Now, I won't show you too much. I don't want to spoil it for those of you that are prepared to do this, but this is how to make it to the Demon King. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.